Hey everyone, hope you guys are having a good Monday so far. Only 4 more days until the weekend. I'm going to be stopping by, a few different Suncoast beaches today, more or less to just give an update on what we're seeing here today, August 20th. So as of yesterday, Sarasota County has removed more than 146 tons of red tide debris. So that includes dead fish from all of the beaches, from Englewood, Venice area up to, I'm still in Sarasota County right now on Longboat Key. So I just want to give you a glimpse of what we're seeing here and give you an update on the conditions right now. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Teresa, Jim, Sarah, hope you guys are having a good Friday. Monday. I wish it was Friday. So I'm going to take a little walk down the beach, show you what we're seeing. I'm right now on the public access point, so I just walked up from right up here, and my first thought was I did not see any fish that were just dead laying on the sand. I did not even smell it until I got close to the water. So about where I'm standing right now, so just a couple of feet away from the water is when it hit me. When I was here a couple of weeks ago, when we first started seeing the dead fish here on Longboat, that was probably about 3 weeks ago, I was able to smell it from Town Hall, which is across the street over here. Excuse me. I think part of the fact that I'm coughing is because I'm not fond of the dead fish smell that we've been experiencing here. But I know there has been some reports of respiratory issues. So I want to give you an update from Moat Marine Lab's beach conditions report, so you guys know if you're planning on heading to the beach what you guys can expect. Moat does not do any tracking for here on Longboat Key for its beach conditions report, but for Lido Key, which is just south of here, they are reporting a dark color, intense respiratory irritation, and heavy dead fish. But the reason I'm out here is because I just spoke with a business owner who was saying her business is right along the water, just a bit further south. And she said she's been going outside daily and not seeing the heavy amounts of dead fish. And it's kind of keeping people away from Longboat Key. And there are, I guess, a lot of visitors and locals are under the impression that there's just tons of dead fish everywhere you go. I don't see a bulldozer in the area. I do see some track marks here, so it looks like there was a bulldozer here within the last couple of hours, but it seems like Sarasota County is keeping up with its cleanup efforts. As far as the different conditions on local beaches, I'm taking a look at Moat Beach conditions report. And let me get a little closer to the edge here. I have it right in front of me. But it looks like things are improving as you head further north, going on Anna Maria Island. On Coquina Beach, which is where I plan to stop next, the watercolor is moderate, so it's a little lighter than what we've been seeing recently. The good news is that the respiratory irritation is moderate as well. It's been reported as high over the last couple of weeks. And some dead fish compared to heavy amounts of dead fish is what they've been reporting earlier. So this is what we have here. We do have a dead fish that's washed up here. It seems like it's been here for a little while. It looks a little bit dried out. Someone else, it looks like, was taking a walk here recently with all the footprints that we have here. We have another dead fish that seems to be more or less buried in the sand here. But when I was here a couple weeks ago, before the cleanup efforts began, I wasn't even able to walk this close to the water without stepping on any sort of dead fish. I'm as close to the mic as I can get. I apologize. It's kind of loud here with the waves crashing in. So whether or not there was a bulldozer here just cleaning up recently, or it's just less amounts of dead fish, it seems to be pretty clean here. We do have some sporadic dead fish here and there. One over there. You can actually see its tail sticking out of the water in this drier area of the sand. As I travel further south, we are seeing some more dead fish in this area. Not as many as we've seen before, but you can spot them easily. It looks like there's a dead puffer fish right there, a couple of smaller ones around here, a couple in this area. So for those of you who are just tuning in, I'm going to give you an update. I'm going to go a little bit further away from the water so it's easier to hear me. I want to give you an update on what we're experiencing at the nearby beaches right now. According to the National Oceanic and NOAA, I'm going to call it, Atmospheric Administration, they are reporting its latest report for North Sarasota County. They're reporting high levels of red tide. They put out a report 2 times a week, and that was the latest report that was actually released today. Just north of this area on Coquina Beach, I plan to stop there next. There is, they're calling the water color moderate. The highest level is dark, which is what we've seen in the past. Respiratory irritation on Coquina is moderate, and there's some dead fish here. Unfortunately, I can't give the exact report for what I'm seeing here on Longboat Key because Mote Marine Laboratory, which is where I'm getting those statistics, does not track Longboat Key on its beach conditions report. They do track Lido Key, which is just south of Longboat, and they're reporting intense respiratory irritation there, heavy amounts of dead fish, and dark water color. So that's just south of here on Lido Key. So Sarasota County government has been working hard to clean up all of the red tide debris around here. You can see some track marks just further inland of where I'm standing. And as of yesterday, Sarasota County has collected more than 146 tons of red tide debris. I'm technically in Sarasota County right now, so this is one of those areas monitored. On Lido, yes, there was the 3-foot tarpon. I was out there actually on Saturday. It does smell as I'm close to the water, but I will admit the smell has subsided, I'd say drastically, since when I was out here a couple weeks ago. When the red tide started first affecting this area, I was able to smell it from across the street in the parking lot for this beach. So that's a couple hundred feet away, and I was able to smell it from that far away. Today, I only smelled it once I walked onto the beach. So we have some people who were actually on the beach today, just taking a little visit. We don't have anyone out here with chairs or bathing suits, but this is, although this is the public area of the beach, it's with a lot of homes nearby. I would not say I'm used to the smell. So we do still see that darker water than what we're used to here. Usually Longboat has much clearer water. The difference is I also don't see any dead fish in the water pushing its way toward the shoreline. Excuse me. Reporting moderate to severe respiratory irritation in the surrounding beaches, which is why I'm coughing. But when I was here a couple weeks ago, you would just see in your sight line a handful of dead fish making their way toward the water. So hopefully we're seeing some improvements. That would be the best case scenario here. So, but we are still seeing some dead fish washed up here. And a lot of them look like they've actually been here for a while. Some of them extremely dried out. But it's interesting because it seems like there's some areas like this one where there's just a lot of dead fish gathered together, and then there's other areas of the beach where there's really not any for a few feet at a time. So I can't report right now which way the winds are blowing. I am not the meteorologist here. I'm gonna leave that one up to our chief, Bob Harrigan. But let me pull up our Suncoast weather app, see if I can determine that with one hand. They're reporting southeast winds. Oh goodness. So if I stand right here and face the water, it seems like the wind would be blowing toward me right now. So hopefully some improvements here. For those of you tuning in, there are less dead fish here right now compared to the last couple of weeks. That could be because of Sarasota County's cleanup efforts, which have been underway for the last few weeks since August 1st, or it could be because conditions are improving. So maybe even a mix of both. So just wanted to report to you guys what we're seeing right now. I'm going to head to a couple other beaches and see how conditions are looking right there, and we'll give you an update. So thanks for tuning in. We will see you